Welcome back. In this task, I'll show you how to find information about packages and functions to help implement an idea that you may have. Towards the end, we will do a quick wrap up. Now, there are some things one would know by being part of an ecosystem. For, for example, for someone who's worked in R for some time, they would know about the Shiny package because the Shiny package made it really very easy for data scientists to create web apps. However, that is not true for all packages. As I said in an earlier task, every month hundreds of new packages are released, and it's just difficult to keep up. So, how does one go find the information? So, I'll show you a few ways. Let's start with a web search, and I'll show you how I went about looking for information a few years ago when I wanted to create an app with maps. So, since we're looking for maps in a Shiny app, let me do maps in Shiny. And as you can see, among the first few links is this leaflet for R using leaflet with Shiny at rstudio.github.io. Let's click on that. And I remember seeing this page. Of course, the contents may have changed because it's been a while. Notice these markers and pop-ups and labels. Let me zoom in a bit here. Let me click on markers. And there's quite a bit here. Let's scroll down. And if you see, there's this example here that uses add markers. Now, the usage is slightly different, but the other important thing is that it doesn't have all the details on how to use add markers. And how do we find out about it? Well, let's look for documentation on leaflet. So I'll open up a new tab. Let me type leaflet R documentation. And there's quite a few I get. Notice this cran.r-project.org. It's a PDF. Now, CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. This is the website where all new packages are released. So this is an authoritative website. So let's click on that link. And this is a 66-page document. Let's try searching for add markers here. And there you go. There is this function definition for add markers with all the arguments. This another way we can look at. So let's go to RStudio Cloud for that. And here, since add markers is part of the leaflet package, I have to load that package first. So let me load leaflet. And then, since I want information about add markers, I should type !add markers and press enter. And it brings up some help in the help tab. So let me push this up a bit. And there's quite a bit here. Let's scroll down. And here you go. We have add markers here. And it gives all the details about how to use this function. Notice we have map, LNG, LAT. And what we have here is LF map, longitudes, latitudes. Actually, LNG is longitudes, LAT is latitudes. And But we have not specified the named arguments. We just specified the arguments as is because we have matched the position. Add markers needs map at the first position. We've given it the map. It needs longitudes and latitudes at the second and third position. We've done that. So we didn't have to specify the names, but we could have done it as well. We could have done this. And this would have worked too. So that is the first three arguments. They got matched by position. And then look at the next two arguments, label and pop-up. However, label and pop-up appear a bit later. So here's pop-up and here's label. Since they appear a bit later and we're not specifying the ones in between, we used named arguments for label and pop-up. And let's look at the next argument that we use, label options. And here it's null. There's not much help here. So let's go down further to see if there's any help here. It's a lot of documentation here. And here you have label options. There's no info, but there's a link. So let's click on that. And it brings up another help page in the help tab. So let's go down. Here you have label options. Again, there's a lot of arguments that we can provide. We've used only two. So we used the no height and the style arguments. And again, because they're not the first two, we had to specify them using named arguments. And so we set no height equal to true, and style is a list really. And there's no information here. Let's see down. There's nothing here. So let's see how we'll find it. But before we do that, let me just point out the fact that we have used the add marker function by specifying arguments both by position and by name. I just wanted to illustrate this example to you that we can use a function where the arguments get matched both by position as well as by names. Now I remember seeing information about styling in the leaflet documentation. So let's go here. Let's go to pop-up and labels. And here, if I scroll down, we have labels. And let's go further, customizing marker labels. And here is an example that looks similar to what you've done. And notice it says label with custom CSS style. Whenever we see style in Shiny, think CSS, cascading style sheets. Now, we have not studied CSS. We will do that in the fourth guided project, but I'll have some resources in the course notes so that you can pursue this on your own. Now let's do a quick wrap up. Now, in this second guided project, we built a fun web app and we deployed it to shinyapps.io website. In the next guided project, working with data, we will learn how to work with data frames. We will also learn about Shiny app layouts. This will help us add a drop-down to our app, using which we can display restaurants from multiple cities. And here is a link to the third guided project. You will find a clickable link in the resources section of this guided project. So I hope you'll join me there.